Today we are rebuilding the Italian side Venezia, who are sitting in second bottom by the time of recording of this video in Serie A, a division where they just returned this season after being in Serie B for a couple of years as well. They are not a usual Serie A club. They've already been in the fourth division just 10 years ago. So we have to make sure that this team is going to be strong enough to survive in the first division. Having a look at this squad here, there are two players completely out of position, Perez and Zerbin. We also play a 5 at the back formation that I really do not appreciate. I can recognize Radu, a former Inter Milan goalkeeper. Busio is also kind of a talent, just like Nicolucci, Caviglia, who is already 24, though, former Juventus player. I think the first thing we need to do is change the formation, because way too many players, even Oristano, out of position. We do have a couple of players on loan to us from Inter Milan. Filip Stankovic, a goalkeeper, as well as Franco Carboni from Inter as well. I do believe, Zerbin as well, Alessio Zerbin from Napoli. Left winger, already 25, 71 rated. And so with the counter-attacking tactical preset, there goes this team with this formation, 4-2-3-1, at least no players out of position apart from Zerbin. Maybe if we do this and change it to like a 4-3-3, that could even help more. But I'm not so sure. Maybe with one CDM and two CMs, because both Busio and the other midfielder are CMs. And yes, there is no player out of position. Oristano, I'm converting to a right winger, and Busio and Conde in midfield with Duncan in CDM. Everybody looks fine in this. For sure, this Carboni guy is a talented player. Idzes and Svoboda at centre back, I'm not too sure about. Zampano at right back is for now high rated enough, but I'm not sure with 269 rated centre backs we can survive in Serie A. After extending a couple of contracts, we are down to 7 million in our budget as well, so not a lot of money to play around with. The rule of today's rebuild, though, is that we can only buy players maximum of 20 million per player, and until we qualify for the top 4, it stays that way. After that, the rule is lifted, but until we are in the Champions League, we can only buy players who, of course, cost less than 20 million or 20 million at max. There is also one kind of interesting player in the youth academy, the default youth academy, Anton Golubev. I'm not gonna create a youth academy, but this guy can sure be included in the first team squad. And so first off, I'll bring in the new left back that was on loan to us. 21 years old, only 64 rated, but a lot of potential. I'm speaking about Franco Carboni, the left back, joining us from Inter for 1.35 million. And we're bringing in another player from Inter. Again, a player 22 years old, so a lot of potential still. The Serbian goalkeeper Filip Stankovic is joining us for 4 million. We've already started our business here, selling 3 players, Gitche, Haps and Joronen, for a total of about 4 million, maybe a little bit more. 5 million actually, around 5 at least, we've got in our budget, 4.8 to be exact. In a straight swap deal without any money involved, we've got hold of our third and final player who was on loan to us. The Italian Alessio Zerbin joining us from Napoli on a permanent for Ricci Zagrado in a straight swap deal. I've actually only this second realized we've only got Fila as a striker at the club, not even a replacement. And so we are bringing back Antonio Raimondo from Salernitana, who is also showing great potential. And even Novakovic, who returned from loan, so we can now sell Fila and play Raimondo with now Novakovic as backup. We've actually sold both Daniel Fila and Michael Svoboda, the centre-back, so we now need a new centre-back. And we have got around 10 million to go into the market. I have actually found the perfect centre-back replacement. 19 years old, 72 rated already. For only about 5 million it is. Pietro Comuzzo joining us from Fiorentina. With Comuzzo coming in, this is how the squad is looking like. The only real new player in comparison to the OG Venezia squad. Comuzzo, 19 years old, couldn't get into the Fiorentina starting 11. Raimondo is the starter at strike. Even though he's only 69 rated, I'm trusting him with Novakovic as backup. Oristanio, new right winger. Zerbin permanently on the left wing. Buzio, I'm expecting a lot from. Just like Comuzzo and even goalkeeper. The results of the first season are in and they are really not great at all. 2 wins in 38 matches. 20 points, 14 draws. That is just not good enough. 22 losses are too many. Whilst we are finishing rock bottom of the league, Inter, Lombardia FC, which is Inter, finish ahead of AC Milan and Roma. The Coppa Italia goes to Inter over Juventus. We've actually made the quarter-finals before losing out to Napoli. Not too bad though. We are looking at 13 goals by Zerbin, 10 by Oristanio, he's up to a 76. 6 and 5 for Buzio, also up to a 75. But those stats are of course not great. For some reason, Novakovic played more games than Raimondo. I can't believe this. On the face of it, the relegation of course is not looking great, but on the positive side, we can rebuild this team now in Serie B. We've already made another clear out. Yeboah goes to Köln, Gradu to Basel, Novakovic to Lugano so that he doesn't steal the game time of the striker. How is he called again? Raimondo, I think, yes. And Kike Perez goes to Celtic for 3 million. Meaning that our budget is a good 33 million. We can only spend 20 million max on one player though. I'd say our centre midfield is quite good. Duncan is 32, but he can at least make it for one more season. The one position I want to replace is probably Zampano because he's only 73, also 31 already. Stankovic has grown well, so has Comuzzo. Carboni still has to grow a lot more. But yes, for now I'm trusting most of the others. Actually, Zerbin I'm not too sure about. He's 73 rated, hasn't gone up too many ratings, maybe one, and he's already 26, so we might consider that position. And so I am bringing in a right back from the first French division, Olympique Lyon, one of their backup right backs. Only 22 years of age. And 73 rated it is, Adis Jasic joining us for 6.5 million. Again, just like in the first season, a complete swap deal without any money has been done just to bring in a new left winger. Zerbin's development plan was already not going up anymore, and that's why we've brought in William Gomez from Porto. Even though I said I'd only do it later on down the line, I've already replaced Alfred Duncan with a player who is nearly as highly rated as him and almost 10 years younger. For the first time ever, I signed this player from the Argentinian league, Matias Galarza, from Talleres for 5.4 million it is, plus Alfred Duncan. Nearly had a stroke there. Galarza is slotting into that CDM spot. He's 75 rated at the age of 23. Comuzzo is also already 75 rated, by the way. Stankovic 76. Raimondo is now the starter, 71. Hopefully, because there is no other centre back. Zampano I'm still in the process of selling, just like Candela, for Jasic to get the game time. Gomez in the left wing, he doesn't have a lot of competition there. Hopefully he will get his game time. The front three is now looking very good. So is the midfield actually, and even the back line, with the exception of right now Carboni and maybe Itzes. We haven't exactly done what I said we'd do. Antonio Candela and Francesco Zampano for around 11 million have gone out of the club, so that we have space for Jasic to be in. So it's done, and we've been promoted again. 1 point off the league title, which is kind of a shame. Como are the champions, Lecce in third. We are promoted once again back to Serie A. That went quite quickly. Also, the least losses in the division by far. Coppa Italia goes to Bologna over Milan. We've been knocked out straight away in round 1 by Cagliari. Looking at the stats, both Raimondo and Oristanio really delivered. 24 for Raimondo, 23 for Oristanio, 14 even for William Gomez, the new man. And then 5 goals and 9 assists for Conde in midfield. Guys have developed quite nicely. Gomez 75, Raimondo 75, Oristanio 79, Busio 79, even Galarza up to a 77. Conde up to a 76, we have Jasic 76. Itzes might get replaced next season, even Carboni I'm thinking about replacing, but for the rest we are doing really well. After just one season out of Serie A, we are back attacking the best division in Italy. Our first signing this season in Season 3 is going to be a new left back, 23 years of age, again under 20 million threshold. I wanted to give Carboni a chance, but Luca Nazzi is just so much better. 14 million we spent to get him in, the German left back from Cagliari. In the meantime, we have sold both centre-backs, Jaitzes and Giorgio Altari. Altari goes to Sheffield United, Izes to Besiktas, that's why we bring in a new centre-back. That new centre-back is coming in from Argentina, 22 years of age, former Inter Miami player. He's 75 rated, so he's slotting straight into the starting 11. Coming in from Monaco, it is Thomas Aviles for 11 million. Of course, Nets is much higher rated than Carboni. They are the same age. Nets is 7 higher rated. Carboni is now the backup in this squad. What I just realized, we actually don't have a backup goalkeeper, which could come back and bite us in the ass. That's why I've gone on and made a free agent transfer. Someone 71 rated, only 17 years of age. A Polish keeper, Tadeusz Malinowski, joining us at Venezia as our backup keeper. Excited to see how with the new signings, Nets and Avilas, we can fare and cope with Serie A. Gomez, of course, also new now in this league. Oristanio much higher rated, the midfield higher rated. Komuzzo 78, Stankovic 77. We should be able to at least survive in Serie A. Further down the line, we will also in 14th place. We have avoided relegation quite comfortably as well by 12 points in 14th spot on 40 points. Let's look at the goal difference. 71 goals conceded, so we know where the problem is. We've conceded the second most in the division. We've also scored 51, which is not too bad. The Coppa Italia goes to Inter over AC Milan in the Milan derby. We've actually made the quarter-finals before getting knocked out by finalists Milan. In terms of the goals, 20 goals for Raimondo, 16 for left winger William Gomez, and 14 for Oristanio. But look at the drop-off. 3 for Condé is the next best. Apart from the front three that have grown really well, Busio has also grown well. Condé 77 might get replaced in the future. But otherwise, this team is coming together very nicely. We have done well to keep ourselves quite comfortably in the division. Next season, we can hopefully build on that and get a top 10 finish. That would be great. What I understand is we only have 17 million this season, whereas in the second season in Serie B, we had over 30 million. We have sold one single player, even though we haven't got a lot of squad depth. But Sheikh Condé has gone to Sevilla for 17 million. Bumping our budget up to 30 for the season. 20 per player, let's remember. And so we've gone in for one of Juventus's fringe players, an Italian centre midfielder to replace Condé. He is an upgrade in terms of rating and even 3 years younger. And that's why we've snapped up Fabio Miretti for 19 million. Sverko wanted to leave the club. He's gone to Lecce after submitting a transfer request. Apart from the fact that we don't have a striker on the bench, I'm actually quite happy with how the squad is looking. Like, Miretti is really helping us in terms of overall. The front three is looking fine. Nets could actually get replaced as well with Carboni. He grew 6 overall in one season out on loan. So what I might do is just send one of them again, probably Carboni, out on loan and let the other one play, because either way, and one of them is not going to get any game time. For a backup striker, I'm going in for a 19-year-old who is only about 72 rated, but he will do the job from the bench. The North Macedonian Inonjen Jelavic joining us from Rayo for 5 million, 5.2. I have actually loaned out Carboni, but Nets is the starter, 77 rated. Hopefully he can grow a lot this season. Raimondo 80 rated now, 83 rated Oristanio, who has grown really well as a 24-year-old. The midfield is looking very promising, as well as Komuzzo 88 rated, Aviles 77 rated, and Jasic 79 rated. Stankovic also 79 rated. Hopefully he can grow a little bit more. That has gone quickly, guys. Wow. 4th position in season number 4 already on 72 points. I wouldn't have expected that. I said top 10 was the goal. Top 4 surely was not the goal. But we've achieved it. Only 11 points off Milan in first as well. Milan wins the Coppa Italia, do the double over Napoli. We've been knocked out by Atalanta in the round of 16. Having a look at European competitions for the first time, as we are in the Champions League next season, where Barcelona have defeated PSV of all teams from the Netherlands. The Europa League goes to Shakhtar over Roma, and the Conference League to Benfica, who break their trophy curse over West Ham. Stats-wise, Raimondo has really risen from the ashes. 25 goals, he's 84 rated. 17 goals for Gomez, 11 and 10 for Oristanio, so I can understand why we've done so well. But again, under the tree there is not a lot of goals. Miretti with 5 and 4 up to an 82. Jasic has developed quite nicely also up to an 82 as well. Of course, guys, that also means that our 20 million threshold of signings is lifted. We can go in now for anyone we'd like, of course, according to our budget, because the budget will dictate who we'll go in for. And I have good news, guys, as now with the Champions League budget, we have around 47 million, our biggest budget yet, even if it's not that great still. I have an idea though. What if we sell both Nets and Carboni, who are not really growing anymore? I can show you their development plan. 70 weeks for Carboni, 90 weeks for Nets. What if we sell both of them and go in for a world-class left back? That would be a great idea, wouldn't it? However, first off, we sign a new free agent, a goalkeeper, 17 years of age and already 77 overall. From Switzerland, maybe the Jan Sommer region or something. It is Lorenzo Koch joining us, probably going out on a loan for the first season. So we have at least managed to sell Luca Nets to Celta for 22 million and loan out Lorenzo Koch. He's an exciting prospect, by the way, to Nottingham Forest for the season. With 63 million in the budget, we can certainly do something on that left back position. We haven't made a big piece of business happen here, as we've signed a new left back from Nottingham Forest. We made another piece of business with them. Going in for Matteo Ruggeri from Forest for 30 million plus Franco Carboni, who goes the other way. Ruggeri at an 83, one of our highest rated players, certainly along with Komutsu, our highest rated defender. Stankovic finally had an 80 overall. Galarza still 79, he needs to grow. Buzio 82, Miretti 82, they are looking very good. The front three is equally as good. And Jasic 25, the backline is still relatively young now. Ruggeri the oldest one in there. First Champions League outing, we finished in 14th place. We have to go through the playoffs on 13 points, but just 1 point out of the top 8 as well. Playoff round we have to face Celtic, which is manageable, I'd say. However, in Serie A we are only sitting in 7th place right now on 40 points, so the 4th place might have been a little bit of a fluke. Let's see how the playoff round goes here. The first season in the Champions League. It's a 1-0 win away to Celtic. Komutsu with the only goal of the game, the centre-back. Can we right away confirm our spot in the round of 16 in the first season itself? Yes, but we had to go through extra time. Young scored a double for Celtic. William Gomez scored for us in normal time. And Oristanio as well as Raimondo turned the game on its head to win on the night, as well as 4-2 on aggregate. Round of 16 at Pierluigi Penso, our home stadium against Bayer Leverkusen. We draw in the 89th minute. Oristanio saves us. Here it is then, by Arena, to go through to the quarterfinals. Who will make it? It is Leverkusen winning. Frimpong Kökçü and Moreno with the goals for Leverkusen. Aviles and Jasic for us. But we lose narrowly 4-3 on aggregate. Season 4 has come to a close and we finish in 7th place, where we were actually also in January. On 64 points, 6 behind Napoli, 13 behind 4th place Roma, which is too much. Bergamo Calcio, aka Atalanta, win the league. Atalanta make it a double over Juventus in Coppa Italia. Here we've been knocked out by Cesena in the round of 16. In the end, the Champions League goes to Man City over Leipzig, the Europa League on penalties to Valencia over Ajax, and West Ham win the Conference League over Napoli. Raimondo has done so well, 37 goals in 54 games for our star striker, 25 years of age, so absolutely cracked. 20 goals and 12 assists for Oristanio, who is also 87 rated. Even Gomez 85 rated. With these front three, we should do better than 7th place. But oh well, I guess the other positions like Aviles are lacking behind a little bit. Galarza as well, even though he's 81 rated now. Stankovic maybe as well. 27 now, 81 rated. He's done a great job for us, just like Galarza. But it might be time to move on from both of these. Of course, let's not forget that we have to revert back to our former strategy of buying players for maximum 20 million in season number 5. Bringing in an 82 rated centre-back of only 17 years of age from the free agency list. That's how you can work around your 20 million threshold. A centre-back by the name of Christian de Jong coming into Venezia. Then effectively decided to sell Filip Stankovic to Bayer Leverkusen for around 30 million, an 81 rated 27-year-old. And that is because the 18-year-old Koch is now 79 rated. He can take over, coming back from his loan move. De Jong goes into the centre-back spot, and that is the team going into the season. With Gomez, Raimondo and Oristanio still up top. I think we've done well, especially bringing in De Jong on a free, but also Koch in goal. We haven't even spent any money, but that wasn't necessary. Of course, no Champions League football this season, therefore Europa League reaching the semi-final close, and once again we will have to buy players for maximum of 20 million next season as we finish in 6th place. But it could have been all different. 1 point behind both Roma and Napoli in 4th and 5th. The Coppa Italia goes to Roma over Inter. Here we've been knocked out in the quarters by Inter, not too bad. Champions League this season very surprisingly goes to Valencia over Dortmund. We've of course been in the Europa League where we finished in 12th in the league phase. Went to the playoff round where we defeated Newcastle United, that's good. In the round of 16 though we got knocked out by Anderlecht, that's not so great. And in the end it is Atletico Madrid winning the Europa League in an all-Spanish clash over Osasuna. And the Conference League goes to Italy, to Bologna over Randers. Raimondo has developed so nicely, 38 goals, again so consistent with the goals. 31 goals and 10 assists for Oristanio and even 11 and 13 for William Gomez. I'm a bit disappointed. By 1 point we were not in, of course, the Champions League. We didn't win the Europa League either, so we'll have to play one more season in either the Europa League or the Conference League. We do have about 82 million in the bank, that's not the problem. However, spending only 20 million on one player is not going to bring us anything. And as expected, this season, in Season 6, will be in the Europa League. We are going into this season with an unchanged starting 11. Ruggeri, De Jong, Komutsu, Jasic, all above 85. Look at Jasic's development. Koch up to an 85 as well at the age of 19. Galarza and Buzio are the only ones lagging behind, but we can't replace them this season. The front three is absolutely perfect, and the bench could get improved. Maybe we can do that. I'm gonna have a look to find some fullbacks maybe. We are making a couple of squad deals happen, let's call it like this. First off, bringing in an 18-year-old winger. From Italy comes Dario Martinelli, an Italian at least, from Gladbach actually. 19 million he cost us. And his second one comes in from a fellow Italian club from Lazio for 10 million. A fullback who can play on either the left or the right side. Mariano Campos coming in for 10 million from the central Italian, the capital of Italy. It took a long time, but finally we've sold both Anton Gulube from the youth, of course, to Millwall for 2.5 million, and Bjarkason to Al Hilal. That took an eternity, but finally he's gone. The season is over and we are the champions of Serie A. 26 wins, 8 draws, 4 losses sees us get 86 points, 3 ahead of AC Milan and 15 ahead of Inter. Roma win the Coppa Italia over Napoli. Here we've lost in the round of 16 to Cagliari. We will of course be back in the Champions League in Season 7 where Real Madrid have defeated Milan. We've been in the Europa League where we finished in 3rd in the league phase and went straight to the round of 16, defeating Braga, then going on and defeating Hoffenheim 5-4, defeating Marseille to reach the final against Barcelona, but we lose to Barcelona. That is unlucky. Our first European final ends in defeat. And finally, the Conference League goes to Nice on penalties over Lazio. Raimondo has further stepped his game up, 47 goals this season. Last season it was 37. 25 and 17 for Gomez, who is 88 rated. 21 and 13 for Oristanio. And even 12 assists for Miretti. Look at the development in the squad. Gomez, Raimondo and Oristano, 92, 92 and 88 rated. A great midfield where we could actually replace Buzio and Galarza, both 29 years of age. The defense doesn't need any changes and the goalkeeper doesn't either. We are the Italian champions and certainly one of the favorites, one of the candidates at least, to win the Champions League next year. Finally, in Season 8, the money is coming through 100 million for the first time. We don't even have to pay attention to the threshold of 20 million, which is lifted again as we are, of course, the Serie A champions. However, even though we have a lot of money, we still go in for a couple of free agents. First of a centre-back, giving us a lot of squad depth, only 20 years of age. Already high rated, it is Henry Cross coming into Venezia, an Englishman. And we're even bringing in a new CDM, a Turkish player, another free agent, giving us squad depth in that position, Sinan Demiridis. In year 8, we finally gone in and signed a superstar in midfield, absolutely blowing off the doors by signing João Neves from Arsenal for 70 million plus Gianluca Busio. I then got around 53 million for Galarza from Liverpool, Matias Galarza, of course, now 29, 83 rated. I wanted to get rid of him with around 70 million for one final signing, maybe. On a one-year deal, we signed a veteran, actually, 33 years old. I can't even get the words out of my mouth right now. He's a Mexican. CDM as backup to Demir. I'm going to explain to you how we are going to do this. It is Edson Alvarez joining us from West Ham for 8.8 million. So as you can see, I've decided to bring Demir into the starting 11. He's 82 rated, Alvarez 80 rated, a backup. He's not a bad backup, to be honest. Nicolusi Cavilla is also still on the bench. But this is the team going into this season. The only notable change is João Neves coming in for Gianluca Busio, a +5 in upgrade. Demir, of course, comes in. I nearly forgot that. He's 82 rated, a bit lower rated than the Argentinian, which is sold one lower rated, but he will certainly catch up. He's an exciting prospect. This season we can look to wrap up this rebuild by winning the Champions League. We about missed out on finishing in the top 8 of the Champions League phase and go to the playoff round where we are facing Atletico Madrid, not an easy opposition at all. Things are going quite well in the Serie A as we are sitting in second place, 9 points out of third place Roma, 3 behind Juventus in first. Let's see how things will go at the Metropolitano. In the first leg, it's a 1-1 draw. Rivero gave Atletico the lead, but João Neves gave us an equalizer, a lifeline. We have got an absolute super team. Will we push through at home against Atletico? Yes, 3-2 win. João Neves, Oristano and William Gomez all on the score sheet. Hopkins and Rivero cannot save Atletico Madrid. We push through to the round of 16. Of course, in the round of 16, we had to face Barcelona. First at home, can we get a result? It's a 1-1 draw. Osimhen scored for Barcelona. Raimondo equalized. Second leg time, decider at the Camp Nou, and we win 1-0. Raimondo with the only goal of the game. 2-1 on aggregate. We are in the quarterfinals. Champions League quarterfinal, and it's an all-Italian clash. First at the Pierluigi Penso in Venezia, at home, and it's a 1-0 win. João Neves with the only goal of the game in the 42nd minute. We are up going into San Siro. Second leg time at San Siro, which is not licensed in the game, but it doesn't matter as we draw the game 1-1 and win 2-1 on aggregate. Raimondo again coming in clutch. RB Leipzig are our opponents in the semi-finals. First we go again at home at Pierluigi Penso. Can we get a win here? Yes, another 1-0 win, just like against Milan. William Gomez, 5 minutes before the end of the game. We book a spot in the Champions League final at RB Arena in Leipzig with our super team. Yes, another 1-0 win. We don't concede a goal in the semis and are deservedly through to the final. Another Raimondo goal, of course. And Juventus will be our opponents in the final. Another clash of Italians in that final. We've also convincingly won Serie A once again, back-to-back titles. 87 points, only 3 losses all season long, 7 points out of Juve. Even winning the Super Cup, defeating Roma and Napoli on the way. And we could go for the treble as we have defeated Milan in the Coppa Italia final. The treble is on the cards. Roma also wins the Europa League over Feyenoord, another Italian club that wins the European trophy. And Frankfurt defeat Brighton to win the Conference League. Raimondo is just from another planet. 50 goals, 26 for Neves from centre midfield is crazy as well. 20 and 14 for Oristanio, and even 11 and 11 for Gomez, who is also now 90 rated. Here we are then, arriving for the big one, the Champions League trophy at Wembley Stadium, played between two Italians, Juve against Venezia. Juventus already up and away here, through Openda and a blocked shot in the 4th minute. Still Juve on the charge, Yildiz, saved by Koch. Douglas Luiz on the corner, swinging one inside, could get dangerous, we don't get it away. And still Juve on the charge with Hernandez, Koch with the save. Jasic now, can we go forward for the first time in this final? This is Oristanio, the powerhouse up front, into Raimondo, 1-0. 12 minutes in, we counter Juventus and get the first goal of the game. Antonio Raimondo opens the scoring in the 12th minute. Look at this. We couldn't see the whole scene here, but Oristanio dribbling into the box. And a little touch by the striker, by Raimondo, is enough to see it go into the back of the net. Here come Juve through Sa, Gustavo Sa up against De Jong, good save Koch. De Jong, good football. Now we can open them up, Raimondo not offside, this is a chance. 2-0, brace Raimondo, no offside flag. And it is 2-0 after half an hour. Great play by Venezia to double the advantage. The number 5 that left Raimondo actually in an onside position. Here come Juventus trying to respond through Kenny. Arroyo gets a goal back. Phenomenal effort and a good goal, I have to say. Juventus come again. Here is Openda. He's nearly unstoppable on the ball. A great ball in behind for Savona, who puts it somehow wide. Kamavinga, their superstar here, along with Openda, who gets the ball. Openda to all. No, it is offside. Oh my God. We are so lucky. We are so lucky in this one. Demir, now Neves. Can we create something? Raimondo. What a ball for Oristanio, who could finish it off here, and he does. Oristanio with his first goal of the night. The OG Venezia players coming in clutch here. 3 goals, 3 scored by official and original Venezia players. Great ball, great piece of play actually. The first time we've broken through in the second half, really like this. And Oristanio, did this ball get a little deflection? I'm wondering. Yes, it did, and that's, yeah, it would have gone in either way, I'd presume. I want to see what Cross is all about, so I'll bring him on. And otherwise, I don't think we should do anything. Here come Juventus again, trying to respond right away. Kamavinga, cross, goal. 2-3, Yildiz with a great header. Goes off the post then in. They immediately get their reaction and their goal. Now here is Miretti into Raimondo. Can we go again here? Raimondo looking for Oristanio. Good save, keeper. There are only a few minutes left, but we have to keep our cool, our composure. It's been 5 goals. We don't want to concede another one. We could score another one with Gomez running down that left. No chance for Schlotterbeck to catch up to him. Still, Gomez. This has to be it, but it isn't. And still, Miretti. Another chance still. And Raimondo doesn't get the shot off, but it shouldn't matter as the time is already elapsed. It is done and dusted. Venezia are on top of Europe, not only on top of Italy, winning both Serie A and Coppa Italia, but making it a historic season, the second only ever treble completed with an Italian side after Inter in 2010. It is Venezia winning a treble, Serie A, Coppa Italia and Champions League. A phenomenal rise to the top, using only those guys, a lot of guys from the starting 11 from the OG setup stayed for a very long time until they were replaced, but Oristanio and Raimondo stayed until the end. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please by all means consider dropping a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, and tell me in the comments what else you'd like to see next. As now I'm leaving you alone with the Champions League celebrations. Comuzzo, who we bought in Season 1, is going to lift it. The only 20 million under signing. One of the 20 million under signings we made. We had to make a lot of them until we made Venezia competitive, but in the end we did it, and that is the result. Champions League winners, Venezia. Until next time, lads, I'm going to say goodbye. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm out.